Welcome to another video where we are going to talk about 6 common mistakes that you as a beginner rider might make on the road. For those of you that are new to riding or wanting to get a new motorcycle, I suggest you stay to the end of this video and find out some of the common mistakes that new riders make. I hope at the end of this video you can learn something new and take my advice, which can help you become a safer and smarter rider. As we all know, to become an expert rider, you need as much experience as possible, and experience comes from avoiding common mistakes. Picking your bike and getting your license and perhaps going to riding school are all the great steps to take. But becoming a seasoned rider is also about knowing how to ride your motorcycle and not let the bike control you. This distinction is something that you will acquire with experience and patience. And let's jump right into our first mistake beginners riders usually make, which is stalling and clutch control. Now I feel like a lot of new beginners are afraid of using and practicing with their clutch lever. Not only does it help you control the bike smoothly, as it is something that you will have to master along with everything else on a motorcycle. One way for you to start practicing is by figuring out the friction zone on your bike. If you understand where the friction zone is from your clutch, it gives you the familiarity of throttle control and brake response. Now, a good way to practice is by going to an empty parking lot, setting yourself up with cones if you can. Then by going in circle maneuvers, U-turns, and turning. Take some time to do that. Seriously, it'll make you a better rider on the streets. Second, we have stopping on uneven grounds. Okay now, I personally have some close calls with this one. Whether that is uneven ground on the road, stoplights, parking lot, dirt, this can pretty much happen anywhere you go, so really be careful with your foot positions when you are stopped. A tip that I personally use to prevent this from happening is by using only my left leg when I come to a complete stop. First of all, this way you are more firm with grounding your foot properly and putting the full weight of your bike on the left side, preventing it from falling. Just think about it. If you were to put both of your feet on the ground together, you can easily lose balance if one side of the ground is uneven. Secondly, it is always a good habit to keep your right foot on the rear brake at all times so that you understand the braking power of your rear wheel. Next up, we have proper gear. I get it guys, you're excited and you want to get out there and just ride. But slow down, without proper gear on, you might feel that you are unprotected from everything else, which I'm going to expand on what I mean on the next topic. Before we move on, make sure that you at least have a proper full face helmet, jackets with pads, riding boots, and gloves. That's right, you guessed it. It's a lack of confidence that beginners riders have. I know this is something that has to do with having more experience, but without confidence on the road, you will most likely make the previous 3 mistakes I have mentioned. Stalling and clutch control, uneven ground, and not having proper gear. To gain confidence as a rider, you need to practice. And going to riding school or practicing in an open space will gain you confidence because you will have better understanding on how your bike works. From my personal experience, when I'm wearing full gear, I feel like I have more confidence because I know that I'm well protected from injuries. Therefore, my riding style becomes a bit more aggressive on leans and have more space in my mind for road awareness, instead of worrying about getting hit by other cars. We talk about lack of confidence, but we need to also address new riders that are overly confident. These are probably riders that start with a fairly powerful bike to start with and getting their fix on an adrenaline rush going top speed on the streets. Most motorcycle accidents are caused by speeding and not wearing gear as well, which might cost you your life. Slow down and ride safe. If you're looking for speed, then you should be taking your bike to the track and not out on the roads. Not only will you hurt yourself, but you may cause accidents to other cars as well. Last, we'll be learning about some basic maintenance you can do at home. It is fine that you take your motorcycle to the mechanic shops, but having knowledge in changing your oil, chain cleaning, and lubrication, and doing regular checkups before you go out on a long ride, such as checking tire pressure, headlights, brake lights, signals, and oil level. This is just good knowledge to have, and it gives you an idea of getting more familiar with your bike. As always, thank you for watching and I hope you learned something new from this video. Let me know what you think about these common mistakes. What trouble you as a beginner rider? Let me know in the comments below and I'll see you in the next video.